2 passages. There was a mosquito buzzing around the room, the only irritant in a world of grace and serenity. I ordered a pot of Darjeeling tea and luxuriated in the moment. You have arrived, Priya Kaushal, I told myself as I preened before the misted over antique mirror. In the dim light with the curtains drawn, I looked rather good. Love had made one of his mysterious disappearances, muttering about elusive friends in Colaba. On an impulse, I picked up the leather-bound telephone directory nestling besides Gideon's Bible and an abbreviated Bhagavad Gita. Sita's sewing machines. There was no entry under the head. I persisted, squinting through my reading glasses under the bedside lamp until I discovered the name I was looking for. The Marine Drive address. Then I rang the number. Hello, 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 hello. On the other side of the line, what sounded like a Nepali cocoa bearer. May I speak to B.R. sir, please? I requested nervously, reverting to the role of secretary, factotum, and part-time lover. There was a moment of silence, and then I heard the beloved fruity voice, which still had the power to make me smooth. Who is this, please? Calling on a landline in the age of cellular communication? He asked. It's me, sir, Priya Kaushal. I'm calling from Mumbai. I murmured apologetically. Why was I still calling him sir? Priya, my love, how delicious to hear your voice. What a delectable surprise, he said. And when do I have the honor and privilege of seeing you in person? It's been so long, much too long. My stomach was feeling funny. It was quickening and contracting in pleasurable spasms. I couldn't think of what to say. It had been more than 25 years. How about this evening, B.R. persisted. Where are you staying, Priya? In the Taj, the old Taj, I replied, sounding more assertive than a humble office assistant. Delightful. I shall meet you in the lobby at the very dot of 7, he said, and put the phone down. I wasn't sure I wanted things to turn out this way. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. And now I was nervous and elated, confused. How old was I? Age is defense against nothing, kills you of nothing, not even youth. The awards function I'd come to grace was scheduled for the next morning. I shook off my brother, calling him and cancelling the dreary, predictable evening that stretched ahead. The past awaited me in the lobby at 7. I was there at 1:45. B.R. arrived on the dot. Nothing about him had changed, except that he was leaning on an ivory cane. He stood before me, and our eyes met. Time stood very still for a while. His smile was both knowing and tender. Priya, my darling, he murmured, we meet again. No point recounting what he did next. The conversation, the 2 martinis, the bottle of wine, the dim sum feast, all the familiar lavender notes of his cologne, or how he stroked my arm in the lift as he saw me back into my room. I forgot that I was an Indian wife and mother. I didn't think of love, and when he might return to his room from Colaba, wherever he was. All I can remember is that we were in my room, in a clinch, and that I was naked and he was too. And the ivory cane leaned against the mattress as I surrendered to love, sex, and re-seduction. It was raining outside, a furious monsoon downpour, and the curtains hadn't been drawn. A flash of lightning illumined B.R.'s face. He was looking up at the ceiling as though searching for something. I could imagine the Arabian Sea outside, the waves rising and falling as the rain beat down and the thunderous sky lit up and was dark again. B.R. sighed. Here we are, Priya, he said, older but no wiser. There was no rapture in his voice, no regret. A reformed smoker who was lit up again. Then his practiced seducer's etiquette took over. Was it good for you? He inquired, stroking my shoulders and pumping my breasts in a distracted sort of way. It was wonderful, I murmured. I mean, really wonderful. I meant it. As usual, as forever, B.R. held the keys. We lay entwined in each other's arms. I could feel every cell in my body, every pore in my skin celebrating. Another streak of lightning lit up the room, and I saw a flash of white. The ivory cane propped up against the bed, his face in shadow, and the curve of my arm as I embraced him. Independence Day, I told myself aloud, though very softly. Priya seemed not to have heard me. Perhaps I only thought of it, not said it at all. The room bell had trilled. I froze up, though Priya continued to stare at the ceiling as his fingers absently stroked my naked back. I leapt out of bed, dropping the cane which rolled under the bed. Who's it? I asked in panic. Through the shut door. Could it be love? Room service, madame, a suave voice replied. Your order, madame. Pierre got up, sat up by the edge of the bed, another flash of lightning, his face again like a photograph in an album to be remembered and cherished. The sound of the rain knocking on the Taj roof, rat-a-tat-a-rat. I forgot the don't disturb sign. Pierre pronounced at last. I knew I'd forgotten something. I'm getting forgetful in my old age. What did that mean? And where is my cane, Priya? You seem to have somehow misplaced it. There's a petulant note in his voice, an old woman's voice. Priya winced as I switched on the bedside lamp. I bent down to retrieve the cane. It had rolled deep under the bed. I was naked on all fours, my once found bum now raddled with orange peel cellulite, stuck out like a vanquished emblem of desire. The soft pile carpet stroked my skin as I tried anxiously to position an arm under the bed. There were two scrunched up plastic bags breathing gently under the bed and a condom. About 2 condoms and an empty can of Coke. The cane remained just out of reach. Finally, I got a shoehorn from the old-fashioned cupboard in the dressing area and used it successfully to maneuver the cane out. I returned to the bed and switched the light off. There was, however, a patch of light from the bathroom, an irregular cue which framed the sounds of Biar's toilet. I could hear him shuffling back in his trousers, brushing his teeth in the bathroom. Was he using my brush? I switched on the bedside lamp again and settled myself seductively against the pillows. I arranged my hair in a casual halo. He didn't take much notice. These fragments I shall shore up against my ruin, he declaimed. That's T.S. Eliot, my dear, in case you didn't know. I must go now. I will call you again tomorrow. Priya, my love. And he was gone. A phone call from Poonam Umachan. She sounded as friendly and enthusiastic as ever. I have a proposal for you, Priya, she said. Can I come over and discuss it with you? Please, please. We housewives aren't as stupid as we may appear. Poonam and an astrologer friend, Natasha, were on the other side of the divide. The righteous woman. The righteous Indian women. Team versus the predatory other women brigade. Bhartiya Nari versus husband snatchers. In marriage, constant vigilance is the price of bondage. I was on my guard, but yet I invited her over. My new friend started wearing the most absurdly high heels I've ever seen. Jimmy Choo! She announced as she walked in. Only $800! I converted that into rupees and cash. My sandals, the kolhapuri with kitten heel style that I always wear, cost not more than 800 rupees. Well, that converted to $20. And $800 converted to. My mind boggled and my eyebrows went up like car wipers on a trial run. I love my feet, Poonam murmured, sinking into the sofa with a blissful expression on her pert, animated face. What I wear on my feet is as important to me as sex. I have Jean-Paul Gaultier, and Alberta Ferretti, and a Valentino she can find. Of course, the Manolo Blahniks and Ferragamo shoes and Prada for daily wear. That's quite a lot of lovers, I replied. That was quite funny, but she took no notice of my friendly joke. Instead, she continued massaging her absurdly tiny feet, a sensuous expression flooding her face as she stroked them. But Jimmy Choo is on top of my must-lust obsessions. I didn't know quite what to say to that. In the end, it all boils down to accessories, she went on. Shoes and bags and glasses. Ideally, I suppose one must mix the brands. That's quite adventurous on that front. Handbags and heels. Well, that's what it's life all about. I was listening bemused. My poplin sari blouse with its elbow-length sleeves pricked at my skin. My comfortable Kolhapuri chappals had shriveled up in shame. How do you manage it, Poonam? I asked absently. How do you manage to float around in such high heels? She looked philosophical. There's a trick to it, she replied. The way to wear very, very high heels lies in disconnecting your feet from your head. Deny the pain. Refuse to feel the hurt. And above all, don't teeter or totter. Learn to levitate 6 inches above the ground, like a hovercraft. With a glowing skin and a seductive, confiding voice and a languid, reclining pose, Poonam seemed to be slowly expanding and filling up the room. I ordered Montreal-inspired organza dress from Bhutika and Bhayanika today, she said, changing the subject. Somehow it's so very mean. It has an empire cut and the high-waisted bit really does things for my oomph. There was a wild look in her eyes now. It really turns the man on, she murmured. An empire waits and a bit of frilly front boob show and poof. The man is mine. I was mesmerized like a rabbit on the road hit by a hunter's blinding headlights. Just like that? I asked weakly. That sounds great. I mean, wow, really great. Poonam stared at me considering, sizing up my boob size and then my waist. You could do it, yeah. You could go for an empire, a classic empire style. That's the story this year in the New Delhi. She fell into a fit of giggles, soft baby squeals that were accompanied by a sinuous laughter dance. Then she extended a long, curved, red fingernail towards my shoulder and stroked my spine softly. It turns them on, she whispered. I turned them on. It almost turned me on too. The slithery fingers creeping over my back. Could husband and wife be turned on by the same woman? No, I decided firmly. Like it, she said, shaping her mouth into a seductive pout. I wondered wildly if Poonam was on something, but she didn't do it again. Instead, she suddenly sat up straight and looked normal once again. By her standards, that is. Only joking, my darling, she said. I have a proposal for you, Priya, but a serious proposal for your twins, Love and Kush. Such cute boys, such sweet. And how old? 25? I nodded, still speechless and a little shaken from her earlier performance. Two boys, you're really lucky, yaar. I hope you realize how lucky. Now just listen carefully to me, please. Quietly, bilkul chup. My partner, my business partner, Maro Virat Seth, has a beautiful daughter, Susie's sister Sukhi. She's right at the wedding. Now my Mano Viraj wants his daughter Sukhi to settle down in a decent, cultured family, like Susie did. He's ready to pay for it. Dowry is a dirty word. But the real thing, we're not talking dowry here, we're talking about a settling down sum. A settlement flat in Golf Lanes or Johor Bagh, 6 crores in cash. Totally accepted, $1 million plus, negotiable on the table. Besides that, all the shadi wadi ka tamasha, fancy 5-star weddings, VIPs, cabinet ministers, industrialists. We might even release A. Raja from jail and all that. That's all. A beach reception in Bali, for all you know. Not Amarana Fort again. Bangkok is so vulgar, you know. She began to squirm around on the cushion like a beached mermaid. Love or Kush? Which of them had a beautiful heiress in their destiny? But they don't know each other, I said, breaking in nervously as she stopped to take a deep breath. And they may not like each other. Like nothing, Poonam replied firmly. None of that matters. Love is a lottery, darling. Besides, marriage isn't forever.